Okay, Assalamualaikum. Hello to all the teachers who are here today. Welcome to From the Classroom to Home-Based Learning Webinar session number 4. I am Cikgu Amadi Filza binti Abindi from SMK Section 4 Bandar KINRARA as the moderator for today's session. I hope that all of you are ready for today's sharing session and take this opportunity to gain knowledge and learn something new from our special speakers. We are broadcasting live from 2 channels, and one of the channels is Unit Bahasa PPD Petaling Perdana official channel. So please support the channel by clicking the subscribe button now. So you may also share this live stream link to other teachers so that they can also benefit from the content of today's session. So before we begin, I have a few reminders to all the viewers. Firstly, if you have any questions regarding the topic, do not hesitate to type your questions at the chat box, okay, at the live chat box. Second reminder is regarding the attendance link, e-certificate, and also SPL KPM link. The link will be given by the end of our session. So please remember to key in a valid email address and to double check your particulars when you key in the link. And remember to fill in the form within the time limit, all right, after the live stream ends. So, all right, viewers, we are so lucky to gain knowledge from the experts. Let me introduce the presenters for today's sharing session on the topic of level up PBD. In the studio, we have our first presenter, Teacher SUBATHRA. Teacher Suba. Hi, Teacher Suba.
Hi everyone. Hi Teacher Filza.
All right, thank you. And our second presenter is Teacher NETHIA. Hi, Teacher NETHIA.
Hi Filza. Hi everyone.
All right, thank you. So actually, Teacher Suba is from SJKT Ladang KINRARA, and Teacher Nitya is from, I'm not sure. Let me check, yeah, one moment. Okay, from SK Jalan U3 Selangor. Yeah, okay, U3. Right, thank you for being with us. Yeah, I forgot to remind to tell all of you that both of them are actually PPD Petaling Perdana English Language Master Trainers also, yeah. Okay, so without any further delay, let's welcome our first presenter, Teacher Suba. To you, Teacher Suba.
Thank you Teacher Filza. I'll share my screen now. Good afternoon to Puan Yasmin binti Kamarudin, Timbalan Pegawai Pendidikan Daerah, Sektor Pembelajaran PPD Petaling Perdana, Puan Nurlina On Abdullah SISC Plus Bahasa Sektor Pembelajaran PPD Petaling Perdana. To all the teachers here, welcome to our webinar. Today, we are just going into leveling up PBD. We are just here to share some informations based on our experiences of assessing our children in PBD. Okay, we are just going to share what we have done so far and what works best for our kids. Okay, as you know, we don't need any introduction to PBD, classroom-based assessment. Okay, it's carried out by teachers based on the learning that has taken place within the context of classroom. Okay, it's actually offers feedback to the teacher and pupils on the quality of learning performance. It uses different methods, as I said, differentiated methods. We choose the best method for children. For each child is assessed through the learning standards. And PBD stresses on individual development, which means each child has to be assessed individually we will have a checklist. We will have a look on the checklist that I prepared, that I'm using in my class. And just to remind you, it's an ongoing process, which means it's going to be for the whole year. I mean, it doesn't stop in one session. We have few sessions for listening, few sessions for the speaking, and so on. Okay, so before I go on, I would like to introduce you to KPM Perkasaku. This is a initiative by the government um, to help improve children's levels. Okay, dalam bahasa Melayu kita kata untuk melestarikan pendidikan meskipun dalam situasi yang berbeza, especially during pandemic. This is to help the pupils' understanding of the current year's curriculum. As we know, the kids were not able to attend school for the time being. So we are going to bridge the learning gap during pandemic to the children who attended Google Meet and those who are left out. And KPM Perkasaku is also a tool for the teachers to provide curriculum support. You can surf their website where they have so many materials for the teachers, Sumberku. Okay, and this is to ensure the pupils are ready to follow the 2022 curriculum before they enter the next the next standard. They should be able to master what we are teaching now, all the learning standards. Okay, these are the main focus of KPM Perkasaku, which is enrichment and remedial activities. This would be briefly explained by my colleague teacher NETHIA. Literacy, numeracy, and also implementation of PBD in the classroom, and materials, as I said, you can view it in Sumberku. There are so many materials there. You just take, adopt, and adapt to use it in your own classrooms. Okay, this is actually what we are doing in the class. We just don't realize that we are using this approach. For example, the thematic approach, which means pendekatan bertema, is it's an approach where we choose a team which suits our children and their level, minat dan kebolehan. So jadi cikgu kenalah betul-betul mahir dalam membaca student kita. You have to be very good. You have to know what they know and what they don't know. So this is thematic approach, and the second one is the modular approach, di mana kita pecahkan tajuk besar kepada tajuk-tajuk kecil, and then we grab what they know. We start off with what they know, which means a very easy method. Okay, and the third one is project-based learning, which is an innovative and systematic instructional approach, okay, upon learning activities and real tasks that promotes pupils' engagement. When we give a topic for project-based learning, the child would be he will really immerse in the topic, try to find more information, and try to give us a very good outcome. Okay, outcome. The parents may help them. So this is another. I really love to use project-based learning because it's so much easier for my children. I explain everything and they come up with their own projects. Okay, and differentiated learning, I'm sure everyone is familiar with it because not all children, all the children are different. They have different abilities. So we should be able to recognize the children with their abilities. And simulations, something that we could do in our classrooms. Okay. So this is what I do to reach out to my pupils. Most of the time I use my Google Classroom. I post my assignments there, I mark there, and I return them to there. And for videos, I use WhatsApp. Mostly I use WhatsApp and Telegram. And sometimes when they don't have any connection, they don't have any devices, I do print modules, keep them in the guard house, or send them back to their house. Okay, and tools. Okay, this is the most interesting part. What are the tools we are using? uh, rather than writing in the notebook. I mean, that's a traditional method in school. While in online teaching, I prefer to use interactive worksheets such as live worksheets, my worksheet maker, and I'm sure everyone is familiar with. So I'm not going to go deep into that. And I love to use quiz actually. All my quizzes are online based. That means after I taught them, I teach them, I will straight away go into online assessment. So they answer my questions there. We discuss and then we determine their weakness and we just inform them. Later in Google Classroom, I will assign the same quiz there where they can try for more than one time and try to get good grades. Okay, these are notes, slides. I usually prepare slides before my classes, and the online games also is very interesting to be used in the classrooms. Okay, so how do I ask my children to submit their task? Very simple. I love Padlet actually, and this will be briefed by my colleague, Teacher Nithya, and most of the time Google Slides. Email, it depends. Sometimes the children do send me emails for writing instead of they need to construct an email, so they will just email me. I will screenshot and then mark and then return back to them in WhatsApp. So these are normal. I think most of the teachers are using this Jamboard and Google Drive. Okay, managing submissions. Okay, this is my Google Drive. This is actually for my Sunny. I have different folder for my English. I just rearrange it to the according to the assignments. Can you see here my class name? And then this is a folder named Art and Craft. So I arrange it according to the topics, and I upload all my children's work there. So it's easier for me to view, and later part I can even send the link to the parents and the children for them to view. So all my data are safely, it's safe inside there. Okay. Okay, this is another strategy by the KPM where they enforce on compacting, acceleration, and enrichment. Okay, it can be used by the teachers to ensure pupils master the contents of the curriculum within the stipulated time frame. Okay, what do I mean? Okay, what do I mean by compacting? I compact the standard kandungan. Okay, and I teach them acceleration. It depends on the students level. Actually, acceleration for those high flyers, you can go fast, and for those who couldn't be able to follow, they can do remedial activities. This also will be done by my colleague. Okay, she will explain it further. Okay, so how am I pushing up the grades? Pushing up the grades, which I mean, what I mean is from TP4 to TP5, from TP5 to TP6. Okay, this is M2P strategy. This is the one who's recommended by the KPM. Okay, so mastery learning. This one I think we are well known of. I'm just going to touch a bit. Okay, before we move on, make sure the child is mastered in whatever we are teaching before. So it's like you master this, then you go to the next level. You master this and you go to the next level. The promising part here is the time and instruction. Make sure we give them sufficient instruction and sufficient time. Don't rush them with the time factor, because if they are slow, let them come up slow. We have to encourage the children, although they are making a very, very slow progress. Once you encourage them, once you appreciate them, they will have the courage to move on. Okay, the second one, what M2P strategy is suggesting us to do is, we have to know what our children are good at, whether they are good at logical, mathematical, musical, or naturalist. So get to know them. When you get to know them, you know what to do, you know what to give them, you know how to make them interested in your subjects. Okay, a child who doesn't like mathematical, when you incorporate mathematical skills in English, they wouldn't like it. So just go based on what your children like. Okay, this is my checklist. Okay, before I start off my project, okay, I'll give them instructions. I'll give them what they need to do. Okay, after they have submitted, I check their work, and this is the checklist for my own self. Okay, I'll just include their names, the date they of submission, and what TP I'm giving them, and the comments. Okay, let's say a student with TP5. So for the next project based learning, I have to make sure that he passes this, he goes through to the next level. I have to give him a comment which makes him to move further. Okay, so this is for myself. I have this in my file, and then this is the overall checklist for my listening skill. So I just picked up from my own notes, and I put it here. This is for the PBD file. Okay, so those 5 here, maybe I can push them further because we have a few months to go. So I can push them up further. I can give them more listening activities, train them, and let them let them get TP6. Okay. Okay, now before I go on, I just want to remind teachers that this is a material designed by me in live worksheets. So all my worksheets, I just included the skill that I'm testing. So it's easier for me to relocate or just to for a reference. Okay, so I don't have to later go on what I've done. I'm not sure which worksheet I used to assess this skill. So for your information, it's better to just write down the skills there. So it could be for the further reference, or you may use it later for the next year. Okay. Now, tokens and rewards. This is how I encourage my students. Okay, I bought them this book was from Shopee. A memo book. I think it costs around 99 cents. I'm not so sure. So before I return back their books, I just insert one. I informed in the class group, and I kept in a box. In a particular room in my school, and the parents came and got the books for them. Okay, these are my happy students who received the books. Okay, so let's go on to project-based learning. Okay, this is a project-based learning I did on dinosaurs. Okay, they are supposed to prepare PowerPoint slides and present it, and the main skill for this is speaking. They describe people and objects using suitable statements. So this is another example I'm giving you here. Okay, this is actually done by my students. This is her work. She designed the PowerPoint slide. Each one came up with around 5 or 6 slides with introduction and closure, and I just screenshot one of it. Okay. And this is my second project-based learning, where they have to design a cover page for our language arts book, the Jungle Book, and then later on they have to present it in the class and explain why did they chose all the images there. Okay, and these are from the kids. They did it in Microsoft PowerPoint and Canva. Okay, so I was actually amazed the way they organize themselves to use the apps. Okay, this is gamification. I'm sure everyone is familiar with this. Kahoot, Quizzes, Word Wall, and Quiz Wizard. And Quiz Wizard is something new for us. So I just want to show you what is that about. We can just choose the background of our games. Can you see the snake and ladder? Set up the questions and then give the link to the students. It's an online game. Then when they play, you can see their keys moving around. Okay, and once they answer, you can even set up the instructions. When they answer it correct, you can move 2 spaces or 3 spaces. Okay, and this is something very interesting. I gave it to my year 6 and my year 4, and they began to ask more in the next class. Okay, this is Kahoot. Okay, everyone is familiar with it. I'm not going to talk about it. I just want to explain to you. Uh, Retrieve the reports from there and then key into your PPD. Okay, if you look at our Pentaksiran Bilik Darjah online assessment, which was released by KPM, they do accept games, online games um, as the benchmark for the TPs. Okay, so later this was done online. Later, I will still assign this quiz in their Google Classroom. They may try it again and again so they can get a good results. I mean, when you do the exercise repeatedly, you get to get intelligent. Okay, and this is another one. Word wall, year 2 syllabus. Mm, it's interactive. You can do it during class. Just one pupil, ask them to present, and then later you can assign this in their Google Classroom too. Okay, now this is the actually a very challenging part. How to reach murid tercicir? First of all, categorize the pupils. Okay, get to know them. Definitely, you would know them whether they are in remedial level or just the high flyers. Okay, and then call up the parents. Find out the reason. If they don't have any devices or connection, you may refer to the school admin, counselor, or PTA to help them to come up with a device and connections. I'm sure all the schools have taken steps to provide devices and connections to the children. Okay, then for those who really couldn't be reached, okay, prepare materials, prepare worksheets according to their levels. You can't give you can't give the same exercise to the high flyers and the remedial children. So prepare separate materials, worksheets, modules, and all the projects list. Give them extra time to finish off all the work. Drop it at school or home. If the parents able to come and collect it from school, drop it at school. If not, we have to go to and deliver the modules. You may ask the counselor or the school PTA to help you. And most remember that the time frame is very important. They need more time, and please guide them fully so they can finish up their work. Okay, that's all from me. I would like to pass the session back to teacher Filza. I hope what I've done here could help you to get a clear picture on what is PBD is about. Okay, I'm passing it through teacher Filza, and teacher NETHIA is going to brief you on remedial activities and materials based learning for high flyers. Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you very much to Cikgu Subatra. Okay, if you have any questions you would like to ask to Cikgu Suba, you can just type it at the live chat. Later, Cikgu Suba will going to try and answer the questions. All right. So let's move to the second slot. Okay, second slot of our session today, level up PBD, and let's welcome our next presenter. Cikgu Nithya. All right, madam, to you.
Thank you, Filza. Okay, good afternoon, teacher. Good afternoon, Puan Yasmin binti Kamarudin, Timbalan Pegawai Pendidikan Daerah Sektor Pembelajaran, PPD Petaling Perdana, Puan Norlina On binti Abdullah, SISC Plus, PPD Petaling Perdana, and all the teachers. Okay, hi, how are you? Okay, I'm sure you all are busy preparing yourself and preparing the modules for all the murid tertice. I'm sure you are damn busy. So I'll try to brief you as much as possible. Basically, focusing on remedial and enrichment activity for the high flyers. Okay, Subha? Filza, can you please share the links that I gave you just now?
Which link?
The
The Telegram
Telegram
group?
and the Padlet.
Okay, sure.
Okay, thank you, Filza. Okay, teachers, I'm sharing you two links. One is actually a Telegram group which I formed and I added all my videos and materials in it so that you can actually have a look because I can't share everything here. Okay, and I have given you a Padlet link also of mine which I shared all the best practices. So actually you can have a look, and that is actually year one outcomes. Okay. Now, before we go into the activities, okay, we see the key features of PBD first. Okay, it is designed by the teacher. So the teacher have to design. So you have to design on your own based on the student's level, and you have to do a differentiated what do you call that worksheets and activities as well. Okay, for me, even if I do for high flyers, normally I'll do two texts so that they won't have difficulties in choosing the text. Okay, so I will brief you later about this. Okay, second is various methods. Okay, you have to use different methods because I'm teaching year one. Since you're teaching year one, you can't use the same method, so you have to come up with different methods just to get their attention and make sure that they are really interested in doing the task. Okay, it has to be systematic. Okay, you can do a formative and summative. Okay, and then based on criteria, you can all these refer to your SOW and all these things. Okay, track the progress of learning. Okay, this is very important. That's the reason why I created the Telegram group, because they will submit all the videos in the Telegram itself. Okay, if you have WhatsApp, okay, it's gonna be the website will be full and jammed, and then you can't even open the. I mean, you have to delete all the things. So in Telegram, I think it's worth it. Okay, so I created for each classroom one Telegram group, so the parents will actually submit all the videos, audios, and the worksheet as well. Okay. Next, okay, parental engagement in children online learning. Okay, this is basically for the level one, level two. Also, I think you have to create a good PR. Okay, you have to really explain. Second slide, Subha. Okay, you have to really explain, okay, why we need their support and commitment. Okay, for example, like year one, we have to really explain. Like previous years, it was a still COVID year, so they only went to the preschool for maybe 3-4 months. So when they came, they were, I think, around like 60 to 70% of them were really bad. So I have to come up with this idea of starting what do you call that, voluntary group, okay, for remedial classes, because the cikgu pemulihan, they will only take from standard 2 up to standard 6. So for year one, we have to help ourselves. So this is what I came up with, and I explained to the parents. So I told them, okay, you have to help your child. Okay, I know it's not easy to help your child. You have to help in the house. I will teach you how to do activities based on material based learning. Okay, and then I told them, okay, as long as they can read, they can recognize the alphabets, the numbers, then the teacher will proceed with the next level. So they really helped me. Some, not basically not all, but I think about 80% of the parents really helped me. Okay, so the main task is to prepare the materials for the child. So my way of teaching for year 1 is I use materials to help the child, because that is the only way they are interested. It's really hard to get their attention for quite some time. So that's the only way lah. Okay, next is explain clearly with guided text, templates for pictures or choices for their project if it's necessary. Yes, because the way the parents get the knowledge is totally different, and the child now is totally different. Now the way we are teaching the kids also is totally different, right or not? Okay, I've been teaching year 1 for 20 years, and I think, okay, this is the best way. The best way of teaching year 1, not only year 1 preschool, year 1 level 1, I think is through material based learning. Okay, I'll show you later. Okay, I normally I guide them. I give them everything, all the pictures, materials, and the choices as well. Okay, so the parents don't have to go and look for it. So I give them all the details, all the information, in a picture image. Okay, I put it in a WhatsApp, I put it in a Telegram, and I create even a FB group, so that they have choices. Some of them they don't have Telegram, some of them they don't have a FB, so I give them choices. Okay, giving choices is actually my option. Okay, and then you have to guide the students and the parents. It's not only, you are not only teaching the students, you are teaching the parents as well. So you really need, cikgu kena bersabar more than the mom. You have to be half mom, half teacher, okay? But online teaching is not easy. I will brief you after that, okay? Okay, and then you have to be flexible, give them time to settle the work. Some of the parents were working, okay, and some of them were actually stressed up. So you have to talk to them, what kind of issues they have, and what actually you can help them, okay? You try to build a good PR. Once you have a very good PR, I don't think so you have issues. Unless the parents don't keep in touch with you, they don't inform you, that is the issues that you might, you can't predict what kind of issues they are actually in. So you have to really wait for the school to open, and you have to help the child personally. Okay, next, Suba. Okay, this is the tips. Okay, create a group in Telegram for homework. I've already informed you. Create a homework basket link for the reference. Okay, this is what I've done. I create a homework basket in a Padlet. So I put it all the pictures, everything's there, because sometimes the parents will come after you, after maybe in 3 weeks, in a 4 weeks, they'll come and ask you, teacher, can you give me this project? Can you give me the link back? Can you give me this image back? So it's really hard. So I thought, okay, what am I going to do? So what I did, I put everything in a Padlet so they can actually refer. So that is one way of, I think it's where they can actually get the info easily lah. Okay, and then plan a creative and interesting lesson and activity. Okay, this is very, very important, because since everybody is giving online work, so the students' motivation are going lower and lower. So the only way you're going to gain the interest and everything, you must create a fun activity. You must create some competition, some gifts, tokens, and all these things. Okay, then explain clearly with the guided text, templates for pictures or choices for the projects if necessary. Okay, I'll show you later. Guide the students and the parents. I've already explained to you. Be flexible and the time. Okay, next. Okay, this is the platform or medium that I use, Padlet, because I've been using this since the Korean project. It's really, really easy. You can actually see. I've given you the Padlet. You can actually go and see. Okay, next. Okay, this is the screenshot of my homework basket. If you see, all the work is there. Okay, can you see? Okay, there's a reading text, there's a broadcast that is actually for enrichment activity for the high flyers. And then we have materials there, list of colors, everything is there. Okay, next. checklist. Okay, this is the checklist. Okay, you might be thinking, why am I giving so many project, so many this one? Actually, okay, if you give, this is what we were facing when we give a worksheet. The parents end up doing it. So sometimes even they just, okay, let's say circle the answer or underline the answer or match it. Okay, you might not know that they will, whether the child already, the child really knows how to read and he did on, I mean, without any reference or any guidance, because the parents are helping. So the only way I can really know is by giving them videos. Okay, asking them to do videos. Okay, what I'll do, I'll show you. Okay, for example, like the first and number 1 to number 6, all the projects are actually for the remedial. So I told the parents, okay, if your child able to read, recognize all the letters, you don't have to do. But some of them, they did it so. Okay, I'll show you the pictures. You can see the pictures and the videos in the Telegram. Okay, next. Okay, press one more time, Subha. Okay, parents fill the form. Okay, Subha, can you go back? Back to the checklist, Subha. One more. Okay. Okay, parents will fill the form in the phone itself. Okay, I've given them the image, so they will just click, tick there, add the name and send to me. So it is actually a checklist so that the parents also know what they have done, what they have missed, and it's for me. So okay, it's 2 in 1. Okay, next. Okay, for high flyers, okay, this is to help the students to get TP6. What actually I plan is a task that's, you have to do a task that suits their level. Sometimes your child, you don't underestimate your child. They might be smarter than you think they are. Okay, prepare the guided text which they can refer. Okay, the guided text is actually, it's a form of information that, okay, what you want, actually what you expect from a child. So when you have a guided text, sometimes they will come up with their own text. Okay, and then you have to prepare the templates and the pictures. You don't expect the parents to go and print it out on your own, or okay, you normally I prepare all the templates and pictures. Sometimes I ask them to draw, so it depends. Sometimes I just draw and I photocopy and I put it in the guard. Okay, sometimes they'll come and take it. Okay, give them a sample of video and audio. Okay, whatever that I do, normally I do a video of myself doing it. Okay, I'll do the for example, normally I'll do language art, which you have to prepare a paper craft or maybe it's a product. Okay, it's a thing. Okay, for example, like when we did for the broadcast, they're supposed to do a paper craft of a frog, because it's a life cycle of a frog. And then they will talk as though they are a broadcaster. They will be talking about the life cycle of a frog, and I send them an audio personally, okay, into the Telegram, so that they can actually listen to the pronunciation, and then I practice with them in a Google Meet, okay, to guide the pronunciation and intonation, because this is not for all. So in a classroom of 44 children, out of that, maybe about 10 or 12 only was participating in this. This is actually, I did like a competition, so so they are the one who involved. So it is a small group. So I did at night to help them with the pronunciation and intonation. Okay, next. You can see the video later. Why did we choose a role play? It's a classic method of teaching communication skill. Yes, whatever that they actually, when the children likes to role play, okay, being a teacher, being a broadcaster, being a ice cream vendor. Sometimes I ask them to sell things. Okay, this is what I actually planned, but I couldn't do because of COVID. I thought of asking them to really come up with ice cream and sell in the classroom. It's like in a way bagi dia orang semangat, and when they are in secondary school, okay, they won't like depend on the parents. Okay, they can come up with their own ideas to sell something and to get a pocket money or something like that. Okay, And next is to use this technique, students act out skills after discussing them. For example, appropriate posture and body language. Yes, so I teach them. I ask them to dress up like this. I ask them to stand like this. I said you must have the microphone. You have to hold like this. You have to face the camera. I think they are better than the teachers. You should see their videos. Okay, next, Subha. Okay, this is the enrichment. Okay, that is the Telegram group that I think all the teachers have joined. Okay, next. Okay, this is one sample. Okay, you can actually have, okay, I think I'm sure that you all are aware of program intervensi 5 langkah. Okay, PIL is actually for 3 levels. One is for remedial, one is for normal, that means a moderate group, and another one more is for high flyers. So this project is actually for high flyers. Okay, and for the moderate, you can actually push their grade by asking them to do the role play. Okay, can you go to the next level? Next slide, Subha. Okay, materials that you need is 2 sets of text. Okay, one is a simple version, one is a bit longer. Okay, and then I give them pictures, videos, and paper craft. And then I send them intonation and pronunciation through audio. And then we have a practice session in Google Meet. Okay, next. Okay, before I teach this, this is the material that I give. Okay, I'm supposed to teach only about 6 to 7 colors only, but actually I try to add a few more colors. And I told the parents, if you think it's burden, you don't have to teach the last line there, the turquoise and the gray and the green apple and all these colors. Okay, but I asked them, never mind, let them, you teach them. Okay, it's nothing wrong. So they agreed. Okay, this is the material they're supposed to print and they're supposed to cut, and they will use it for the role play. They will use a pack or Velcro to paste the colors. Okay, you can see the next slide. Okay, this is for the practice. Okay, why I ask them to cut and okay, you are not supposed to paste or you're not supposed to draw. If you draw, it's only once. When you mark it, it's only for once. If they have this kind of material, they can actually practice. For example, okay, what colors do you want? This is the one that I practice in a Google Meet. Okay, first I tried for a few times. Okay, what colors do you want? The children will ask, so I'll say, okay, I want red apple. So they will arrange the colors, and then they will show in the Google Meet, and I'll take a screenshot. And then I choose children. I'll choose a student at random, and they will choose the colors. This is actually for practice purpose. Okay, I want them to play with their siblings, with their parents, with their brothers and sisters. Okay, this is like self-assessment, self-access learning. They will self-access on their own. Okay, next. Okay, this is the Google Meet. Can you see they have ice cream and they have arranged all the ice creams? Okay, this is for the practice purpose. Okay, next, Subha. Okay, this is text number 1. This is for the promising learners. It's very short. Okay, I asked them to prepare a cap. Okay, they did the cap earlier when they did the remedial classes. Okay, they use a cap and they need a bell, and then this is how they role play. Okay, I think it's easier because I've given them all the text. They only add the colors. The colors they won't write there. They will come up, they will tell on their own. Okay, and then they will just arrange the ice creams and they will role play with their siblings. Okay, this is for the promising learners and for the average. Okay, next, Subha. Next slide. Okay, this is a longer version. This is for the high flyers. They can actually add on their own, and I've seen some of them, they've added their own text. Okay, next, Subha. Okay, this is the outcome. You can see all of them are selling ice creams. Okay, you can see the video in next slide. Next, Subha. Okay, the second one, Subha. Second one. Okay. Can't hear. Can you hear? I can't hear.
Cikgu Suba, you need to tick the share audio also when you present. Yeah, wait. Okay, one moment. Okay. You need to stop presenting first, Cikgu Suba, and then after that, when you share,
Mhm.
there is an option at the bottom part. You need to tick share audio.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Yeah. Okay, let's check. Let's try. Okay.
What do you want? I want 5 cubes. Which color do you want? I want yellow, red, blue, green, and purple. Alright, here you are. How much does it cost? It is 5 ringgit. Thank you. Welcome. Bye. I can.
Okay. Next. Okay. That is for first project. Okay, you can see for the second one. Okay, second one is like pet show. Okay, this is like broadcast. I was just thinking because year one we only have 4 topics, so we have to come up with our own ideas. So I thought of challenging them, giving them to be a broadcaster, and I give them a guided text. Earlier, what they will do is they will watch a YouTube and they will fill up the links. Okay, the first, if you see on my right, you can see the life cycle of a frog, and they will fill up all the missing letters, and then they will answer all the questions below. Okay, next, Supa. This is for TP6. It's one of a project for HIP and even GCED. Okay, can you the first video, Suba? Okay, you can watch this one now.
Good evening. I'm Halaisha from the Animal Planet. Let's again in life to talk about the life cycle of a frog. Let's go. First, a female frog lays hundreds of eggs in the water. Some of the eggs get destroyed by the wind and the rain. After a few weeks, tadpole hatches out of the eggs. It feeds on the yolk of the eggs. Tadpole develops into a froglet. It develops the back legs first, then the front legs. Finally, the tail of the froglet gets smaller and disappears. It becomes a frog. That's it. Okay, kids. I will come back again with another good sharing next week, same day, same time. Bye bye then. It's your Honey Aisha signing off from the Animal Planet. Back to you again, Azira. Good evening.
Okay, if you see, I
Good
think
evening.
you
I'm Aisha from.
okay, if you really look at the videos, there are some minor errors, okay, pronunciation and all these things, but they are only 7 years old teachers, okay. I'm not gonna penalize, I'm not gonna comment anything because I think this is a great effort. I'm really proud of them. Okay, so I didn't say anything. So I just puji diorang, I bagi hadiah, I give them lots of ideas, lots of gifts. Okay, and I prepare a certificate as well. Okay, so they are happy. Okay, next we go to the remedial activities. Okay, next. Okay, this is for the promising learners. Okay, this is like the one I told you. I created in the beginning of the year itself. On the first week itself, I already created the group because they'll be in a transition motion. Okay, when in that period they will do a very simple exercises. Basically, the skills and the syllabus will be in preschool level. So what I did. Okay, I'll share later. Okay, I prepare a checklist of alphabets and numbers first so that the parents can identify which alphabet and numbers the kids couldn't recognize, so that we can actually focus on that particular alphabets and numbers. Okay, next, I prepare a simple worksheet to test their level. All these I've done I've given them in Telegram, so that the parents can print out and they test the kids level. Okay, and then I plan fun activities so that they are not bored of practicing the alphabets and the numbers. Okay, can we go to the next slide, Subha? Okay, this is the remedial activity checklist uh, material. Okay, if you can see, this is lowercase and uppercase, and then you can see the children there, down there. Okay, they are practicing on their own. Okay, and the parents says that certain letters, they will arrange it so the parents actually can monitor. Okay, this is like writing the letters. Okay, next Subha. Next Subha. Okay, this is like write the letters. Okay, I think all these ideas they are using for preschools, and you can take it from the Google. Okay, you can actually Google and get the ideas. Okay, so what I ask them to do is I ask them to use salt or sugar or even flour, or even I ask them to draw in the on the sand. Okay, they did this. Okay, so they write, when they write on the sugar and salt, they won't feel bored, unless if you ask them to write in a piece of paper, they'll run away in 5 minutes. Okay, so next. Okay, this is reward yourself. I ask them to do a caterpillar. Okay, when they recognize the letter, I ask them to write down and do a caterpillar. That means the caterpillar will be longer and longer. So they become so excited to see their caterpillar growing longer and longer. So it's one way. They actually paste the caterpillar on the door of their bedroom. Okay, so I can see a lot of kids were actually happy doing this. Okay, next, Subha. Next is swat the bugs. Okay, this is like I use a newspaper and they have to swat the bug. So I write the letters there, so they swat the bug. Okay, they have to swat with the siblings so that they don't feel bored. It's like a game. Okay, this one is for number. I ask them to do a pizza. Okay, all these things I'm sharing in a Telegram and in the Telegram, so you can actually see there. Okay, I'm not going to brief each and everything. Okay, next, Subha. Okay, this is activity for numbers as well. Okay, they have to print. This is like cookies. Okay, they have dots, and at the back they have numbers. So they will actually count the numbers. They have deduct the numbers, deduct the numbers. So they use all these materials. Okay, this is for phonics. Okay, vocab pancake. Okay, they will they will become a cook. Okay, they have to prepare pancake. Okay, they have letters, 3-letter words. I've given them the list. So the parents have to prepare the materials, okay? And you can see the outcome in next slide, Sumba. Okay, this is their outcome. So they like to cook, they like to pretend, they like to role play. So it's easier. Okay, next, Sumba. Okay. Okay. Okay, the last one is for murid tercicir. I'm sure you all are aware of murid tercicir. So we have to prepare the materials. Okay, like my kids, there are some of them we can't even keep in touch. Okay, we try to call, we try to reach the students. I don't know where they are. Maybe the parents have shifted to a different place. I'm not sure. So I'm just waiting. So I've prepared all the materials so that I can actually conduct the activity in the classroom, one-to-one in the school, so that I don't give them a TP1 or 2. TP1 or 2, you cannot give a TP1 or 2 to a normal kid. Okay, unless dia ada masalah pembelajaran yang cikgu tak boleh membantu, because you have to prepare all the evidence teachers. If you're going to give a TP1 and TP2, you have to prepare. Why do you give a TP1 unless the child absent for such a long period? Dia dah balik kampung, pergi Indonesia, tak balik-balik for few months. Okay, there's a reason. So you can actually give a TP1 or TP2. But if the children is there, the kid is there, and you give a TP1 and TP2, you have to answer. So the lowest TP you could give a normal child is TP3. So please prepare module, prepare activity, try to record so that you have evidence. You have evidence to give them a TP3 and TP2. Sometimes they won't be able to read BM or Agama or what. Maybe sometimes English is very easy. If you look at the the TP, if you compare BM and English, I think English is very, very easy. You can easily give them a TP5 and TP6, TP4, so it's very, very easy. So if you need any help, you can actually reach me out through the Telegram. I can actually help you with the materials or ideas. I don't mind, as long as the children benefit. Okay, prepare a differentiated worksheets and activities for them. Okay, what I've seen so far, I've seen the teachers, they will prepare a very simple one for the promising kids. What they prepare is like Linus one. It's not, whatever that you prepare, you have to prepare according to the skills and according to the content that you're teaching. It's not like you're giving like A, B, C alphabets for the promising kids and you're teaching something so high for the moderate and for the this level. So you have to prepare your own worksheets. If you don't have worksheet, if you don't have ideas, try to reach someone. Okay, there are so many teachers there, so talented, they are sharing so many things. Okay, you can actually do it. It's not necessarily worksheet, you can actually ask them to jump. Okay, for example, if they don't know how to read, put words on the hoop. Okay, on the hoop, and then ask them to jump and read. Okay, kids love that. Okay, you ask them to jump, they will memorize just for the to try the game. I mean, for the sake of jumping. Okay, they will try to memorize. That's how you can actually motivate them. Okay, try to help the murid-murid to teaching. That is a humble request for me. Okay, bridging program. Okay, remedial and enrichment activity can be conducted in January and February 2022 after assessing the PB status of the pupils. Okay, I think by December you should know what's the level of your students, and after that you can actually help the promising kids, and you can actually push up the good ones. So I'm going to share everything. You can just take whatever that is mine. Okay, the ideas are all yours. All the best, teachers. I hope it benefit you, and thank you for listening to me. Back to you, Filza.
All right, thank you very much to both presenters. Okay, so if you have any questions that you would like to ask to the presenters, you may type it at the live chat box. So I already shared with you the attendance, ECert, and also the SPL KPM link. Okay, all together, three in one link, right? So if you have any questions you would like to ask, please do so. And you are also invited to join the Telegram link. Okay, the presenters were going to share the materials, and you can also ask them if you have any inquiries about how to conduct PBD, something like that. All right, you are invited to join the Telegram, which we already shared at the live chat also. All right. Okay, I think so far, yeah, thank you to both presenters. So we have from Cikgu Uy, thanks to all presenters, right? So I think if you don't have anything to ask, maybe that's it from us. Okay, all right. Okay. Thank you very much to Cikgu Suba and also Cikgu Nithya. Dear viewers, we have completed today's session. So congratulations to those who are able to follow us until the end of our sharing session. And of course, thank you to the presenters. We have shared the attendance link, and remember to subscribe and click the bell button if you haven't done it earlier. Do support us so that we can share more beneficial contents or live stream on our channels. And once again, I would like to remind you the link will only be active for about 1 hour, something like that, after the live stream ended. Right? I think that's all for now. And we will see you in the final session number 5 of our webinar. Okay, tentatively on the 20th of November. 20th of November 2021, same time, 2 o'clock, same channel, right? Do join us. And I think that's all from us. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.